Talking Luther College men's soccer with head coach Chris Garcia-Prats, and unfortunately, Coach, we're recapping the season at this point.
Yep.
You guys fell in the semifinals, one-goal decision to Wartburg last Wednesday. Close competitive game, and they got won by the keeper.
Yeah, no, I mean, we knew it was going to be a tight game. 0-0 at half. I didn't think we played our best game of the year, which is a little bit kind of disappointing. Kind of conceded a goal. They can do that. They can kind of score on you pretty quick, and conceded a goal with about an hour into the game. So we had about a half hour to kind of get things rolling, and created some good chances late in the game. John Janowski had two good looks that just wasn't able to kind of get on the end of, and those are plays that he's made this whole year, and so that's a little bit kind of disappointing for us tonight to kind of not get ourselves back in the game. But it was a tight game. All the best to Wartburg. They've had a great season, just kind of a tough day.
Talk about that time, the 5 days in between the semifinal match and selection Monday. Not having anything to technically do other than just sit around and wait to see if you got a bid. How nerve-wracking is that for you guys?
Yeah, it's tough, and we talked to our guys about never putting ourselves into a place where it's now in the hands of the committee. Kind of anytime you put it into the hands of the committee, it's, anything can happen. And it's kind of out of our control. We're watching other games and results, and I think anytime you're in a place where you can no longer control your destiny, I think that's a little bit tough. And we trained in preparation to get the bid. We've gotten at-large bids in the past, which is not an easy task, and we felt like we put together a resume, a body of work that had a great opportunity to get in. But based on kind of the criteria that's in place, by the NCAA committee, we didn't kind of fit that criteria. Our strength of schedule ended up being kind of the key piece that kind of put us outside looking in, which is kind of an interesting one because it's something that you have very little control over. You've got to hope the teams that you play all year play well, and in a lot of circumstances this year, teams that have typically done very well in Division III play did not, and so that kind of came back to hurt us, along with the fact that maybe we didn't have that big win against Loras and Wartburg in the conference, in our conference play.
And of course, at the end of the season, you got to say goodbye to a good group of seniors, and this year is no exception.
Yeah, I mean it's a great group. 8 guys who have done just an outstanding job of creating just a winning culture. And all they've done here in our program is had 4 winning seasons, 2 conference championships, 2 national tournaments, and they've created an environment where the expectation is to get to the national tournament. And that's why these last couple of days have been, pretty tough for our program, tough for our staff, tough for our kids. But they've got to hold their heads up high, knowing that they've created something really special in our program. They know how to win. And to win 16 of your 20 games in your senior year, I think most of us would kind of sign that and take that every year. Unfortunately, not making the national tournament, I think is going to leave a bitter taste in their mouth, at the end of the day. But I think as they look back at their 4 years, they'll know they've done some really special things for our program.
And the fact that there is that bitter taste that you're not playing soccer and not getting ready for a national tournament this weekend, that has to be a sign that the program's in good shape, because when you don't accomplish that goal, people are going to be a little upset about it. When you do, it's the expectation. That's a sign that the program's in pretty good shape, correct?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think to know year in and year out that we are looking to play in the national tournament, and that's a basic expectation, I think shows the growth in our program in the last 10 years. And the kids are upset, visibly upset. They are, there is a bitter taste in their mouth, and we can cry about it, or we can get on with it. And we'll meet with the guys tomorrow evening to kind of talk about what the next steps are, to applaud the achievement of our senior class. But the kids will get back to work here pretty soon, and it's going to be a driving motivation for our kids here in the off season, along with our coaching staff.
All right, I know you guys will take things the right way, and hopefully at this time next year we'll be previewing that NCAA tournament for you guys. Thanks for joining us every week, Coach. Congrats on a great season. I know you'd rather still be playing soccer, but it doesn't take away what you did on the field.
Thanks, Darren. I appreciate it.
Chris Garcia-Prats talking Luther College men's soccer.